Come on, Kenya, my co-host. Go on, kick things off. Firstly, it's important to remember, Arsenal will probably have an extensive list of 20, 30 players, right?
Yeah.
So he might be 28th on that list. But with the whole Mbemo links, suppose you want to add someone who can play back up to Saka, could this be feeding into that? Could there really be something in this?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. When you talk about lists, he shouldn't even be on the list. That's such an idiot thing. Like, when I saw that, I'm like, it's not something that we should take seriously at the moment. But I just think, is that what you look at? Like, you know, I was just a bit more like, oh, like, why are we seeing this? And I think there's better options maybe for a backup to Saka, and they've tried already Ethan on right wing. So I'm a bit confused about the whole Madueke links. I mean, I guess we can say that they're not very serious, and it's more of like, oh, they kind of need a winger, so this is someone they might consider. But nah, that shouldn't be a nah.
I said on DR with you, Laurie, that there's certain journalists that they get hold of particular information at a particular time. My brain goes, why? Why now? Why have you said this? I thought that with Kepa recently, lo and behold, we're signing him. And I thought that, no, I didn't think this, but I learnt this with the Kai Havertz saga. I remember we were linked to it, we don't really solve anything. What do you mean? But it was David Ornstein, it was Matt Law, it was Alex Goldberg, the Chelsea content creator, and it happened quite quickly. Now, to be fair, David Ornstein hasn't said anything on Noni Madueke, but Matt Law, again, and he's picking his words carefully. He's saying he's just one of the players. Arsenal, one of the clubs have maybe looked at him. They need a winger, sure. But I just kind of wonder, why has this got out there? He's untouchable, he's gettable. I just wonder why it's made its way to the media.
I think maybe on a Chelsea perspective, obviously they're trying to get Gittins, so they're probably looking at it like, we also
someone has to go.
Yeah, we can make profit off a Madueke, he can play on either side as well. He can play on the left, he can play on the right. So they're probably thinking like, he's a young, excitable player. Like, you know, we could sell him, maybe. Like, that's just from a Chelsea perspective.
Putting him out there in the media.
They have a lot of players that they might just want to offload now. Especially now they're in the Champions League. They're probably looking at Pedro Neto and Madueke like, you're not really good enough to play in the Champions League and take us quite far in it.
And Arsenal will generate clicks and engagement via the articles.
Exactly.
Even if Arsenal's interest has gone as far as they've scouted him twice, they probably show Arsenal have shown an interest, and then boom, this can all blow up a little bit, as it has here in this conversation. Turkish, I'll come over to you, man. I can't imagine the transfer you're particularly excited about. Do you think there's much in it?
Well, I hope not. Probably not. Really, it doesn't make sense, doesn't it? Even the Mbemo link don't make sense, and I like him. Madueke is not a bad player, but it's not the player. It's not of the quality needed, and it's not the position we need. So I don't even know where this has come about. We've got Saka and Ranieri in that position. That's probably the position I look at and think, all right, aside from defensively, that's the position we're good in, right wing.
Totally.
So I don't know where this has come from, but it needs to go back there.
Real.
What if, you know, we look back at what Ornstein said not long ago when we were looking at Leroy Sané, when we were talking about Mbemo, the feeling was that actually Arsenal are looking for a third attacker maybe as well that isn't quite as expensive, that can do a job. Is that, would you see that differently? Let's say if Arsenal got a striker and left winger and then Madueke was the £40 million extra, I don't know why that would make sense for him, but could that be what Arsenal are trying to do?
Like, I just see it as Leroy Sané is a seasoned winner. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's played on a big. He's older as well. He's more experienced. Makes sense. Mbemo, he's Premier League proven. I guess you can say that about Madueke, but not to the level of an Mbemo who's actually just gone like a season scoring 20 goals, and he's just done that in the league. Imagine what he'd do in the Champions League, for example. That's different because they're a different ilk of player. Madueke is like someone. Like I say, he's another version of a Martinelli. We can't sit here and cry about Martinelli and try and get someone a similar profile to him. Just don't get it.
Laurie?
I mean, at first hearing it, I was very underwhelmed. I mean, listen.
And now I love him.
No.
Now I think he's the answer.
I mean, to be fair, Madueke is a decent player, like Turkish said. He has had a decent season. He's broke into the England team. He is a good player, right? However, if you're Arsenal and you're looking to try and win major honours, Madueke doesn't register on that radar for me. Is it a tacit admission from the club that the Rodrigo thing has gone cold? That's what it kind of struck me as.
Could be. Do you think that's what it is?
I
That
think there could
actually
be.
Nico Williams going to Barcelona,
Yeah.
Rodrigo has made it quite clear he wants to stay at Real Madrid. It feels at the moment anyway.
So now Arsenal are scratching around. Oh, Madueke's had a good season. I wonder if that would work. That's
So,
what it kind of.
11 goals and 5 assists in 42 appearances for a club that got Champions League football, for a club that won the Conference League.
Half of those were against Wolves.
He only played 5 Conference.
My God.
It's true.
That's true.
You're not
though.
actually wrong.
It's actually true.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's not like his numbers are sensational for a team that
Yeah.
were pretty good last season.
I also get the impression with Madueke, and you guys will no doubt have your own opinions, but he flatters to deceive at times. I've watched him a few times play for Chelsea, gets a ball, goes down the wing, step over, and then I'm waiting for the lethal finish or the lethal cross, and it doesn't quite happen.
I preferred him on the left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's better on left.
I thought on the
personally-
left he looked better, but I'm just having a look. Yeah, he played 32 games as right winger, 6 on the left, but I think all 6 came literally in probably their last 6
End of the
games.
season.
Yeah.
End
Be
of
the
the
kind
season.
of guy that's like a squad player type.
Yeah.
If you're looking to win titles, nah.
I'm just like we do need squad players, but maybe not in those positions. We need to go and get the guy in that position.
Exactly.
So I'm like, if you're saying to me that you're looking at Madueke to be the guy, I'm gonna. What is that? That's why I was like, what is this? Like we said before, it's a bit of a loose article.
Yeah, who's Matt Law?
Matt Law, to be fair, is
It's Telegraph,
one of the
yeah.
lead journalists at the Telegraph and covers
Yeah.
Chelsea extensively.
And when they say
Like, he's
number
pretty
of
well
clubs,
versed in-
James,
Yeah.
who are the other
I know
clubs? Leeds, Burnley. I mean, teams that are coming up.
Nah, you're right.
No, I mean I'm being a bit disingenuous now, but seriously, who are these other clubs?
Yeah, I don't know. To be
I love the
honest.
people in the comments, like Viggs is saying, Madueke is not happening, stop worrying, it's just smoke, stop believing everything. But I always have to remind people, we're not,
They did the same.
when we
with
say we're
Kai.
worrying, I promise no one's leaving this studio going, oh
Yeah, I'm
no.
not saying we're gonna sign
Oh
him.
god, like no one's doing that, right?
Yeah.
We're having a conversation because this is our live weekly transfer show, and this is the news that's just come out. No one is overly worrying about it. If we sign him, we're going to have some thoughts in terms of like stop believing everything. People said that about Kai Havertz. People said that about Calafiori. People I think said that about Kepa 2 weeks ago. Like these things that. There often is no smoke without fire. Even the worst of rumours that you go, why even talking about it? Arsenal might well have spoken to the agent just to gauge the terms, then moved on quite quickly. And then, Chinese whispers happens and it kind of all blows up. So I just think, there could be something in this. We shouldn't.
Okay, let me look
It's a
at
very
it.
Arsenal signing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
It's a very Arsenal thing to do.
is.
And the other thing I'm forced to ask myself is, if he was that good, if Chelsea believed in him that highly, why were they prepared to let him go to Arsenal?
That's
Consider
true,
that.
but considering what Chelsea's been like in the last couple of years, where they're just like they've become a club where they're like, we might have a good player, but if we can make a really good profit on him, we're fine to let him go because they'll happily just buy somebody else. They almost seem, I'd say, other than like maybe 3 players in their squad,
can't
they
be
see
true,
everyone
man.
else as very replaceable.
That's why I'm not even talking much because it can't be true. It can't be.
Okay, well,
I think
Because
it-
listen, if I'm Kroenke and Arteta's come to me and said I want Madueke, I'm sacking him. And if I'm Arteta and Kroenke's come to me and said, "Here's Madueke," I'm leaving. So that's it can't be true.
Like I said,
Yeah, I
James,
think
to
Either
me,
way, someone should bounce. If this is true, someone needs to bounce somewhere because it can't be true. I'm not having it. That's why I'm not going to talk much.